Okay guys, so every now and then I come across a new theme, and if I'm impressed then I make a video about it so that you can benefit from it. And this is exactly what happened. I just discovered a theme that's absolutely amazing, and the best part is that it's 100% free. So we are all familiar with all the usual suspects, like what do we have usually? Astra theme, WP Ocean, Neve, Bloxy. And as you've probably noticed, I use the Astra theme in most of my videos anyways. But this one that I just discovered is a total game changer, to be honest. But look, there is no need for me to talk about it. Let me show you what I mean. It's probably easier. Okay, so there it is, guys. It is QI theme. So QI stands for Qode Interactive. So this is the company and this is their theme. As you can see, it is completely free and it is packed with 100 demo. So this is an amazing theme, as you will see. Let me show you now. So let's scroll down the page a little bit. So you get 100 demo all included. And again, it is free, okay? So if we scroll down, as you can see, you have all these different ready-made templates. So you have for all kinds of industries and businesses. So you have vehicle rental, architecture, digital agency, dentist. What do we have? Co-working space, any type of agency, interior design, dog walker, web designer, and so on and so on. And they all look very professional. They're very clean looking, very professional indeed, you know. So let me open just one here, just to show you what it looks like. So let's go with this one here, digital agency. So if I click on this, it's going to open up in a new page, in a new tab. So there you go. So have a look at this. It's very professional looking. As you can see, you have some effects here by the side, main headline, and then above the fold you have all the information as required. And as you can see, menu section, search bar, and even this section here for additional information. So if we scroll down the page now a little bit, as you will see, you have all these different sections. Very neat, very professional again, you know. I'm very amazed at this. And look at this section here. You even have like a drag and drop. You can grab it with your mouse. So if you're using a tablet or a phone, it's super easy to go from one to the other. And there's plenty of different effects and things like that. So let's go back here. So not only do they provide a completely free theme packed with 100 demo, you also have all the add-ons. So if you click on this here, QI add-ons. So this website is built using Elementor. All the templates are using Elementor. And as you can see here, you get also the largest free Elementor add-on collection. So if you scroll down, you get 60 free widgets as well that you can use to build and customize your theme, templates here, and make it your own. So just that alone, come on guys, this is free, okay? Absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything. If you compare this with Astra or WP Ocean and all of them, they give you a certain amount of free stuff, and obviously this is geared towards getting you to buy maybe a premium theme or something, yeah? But here it's free. It is free, 100% free. All the templates and all the add-ons are free, okay? So let's go back to our themes here. So let's select one for our portfolio, because our tutorial today is to build a portfolio website. And guess what? There is a special add-on as well from QI add-on just for portfolio. So let me show you this now. But you know what? Let's run a search on this page by keyword for portfolio, because there is quite a few actually. Let me show you. So we have the first one here, illustration portfolio, very nice. And then we have 3D modeling portfolio. We have photography portfolio, branding portfolio, very nice. Movie portfolio, and then we have, let me see now, personal portfolio and concept art portfolio. So let's select one of them. Let's go back up maybe a little bit. Do you know what? Let's not think too much. We'll go with the first one just because it's the first one of the list. Okay, so let's click on this. And there you go. As you can see, very sleek looking, very professional. So you have home, products, info, and then all the different illustrations here. And if you click on it, it will open up a new page. So this is a very nice looking portfolio, isn't it? Okay, you know what? Let's go with that. Okay, very good. So let's get started. So we go back to the QI theme website, so qodeinteractive.com, and you can see here we have a download button. So click on this and download the theme. And now I'm going to meet you in the WordPress dashboard. Okay, for the sake of our tutorial here, we just assume that you already have a hosting, a domain name, and you know how to install WordPress. If this is not the case, I'm going to leave a link here in the description below as well. And just here, you can click on this link, and this will bring you to another video of mine where you can go through the whole hosting process and setting up your website. Okay, so let's go ahead with this. So from here, we're going to go and install our theme. So this is the default WordPress theme. So this is what our website looks like at the moment. So as you can see, very basic. So this is the 2021 theme that comes by default with WordPress. So now let's install our QI theme template. So we go into Appearance, Themes. As you can see, this is our 2021 default. Now we're going to click on Add New, and we're going to upload our theme now. So click Upload, and now we're going to select the file that we just downloaded. So choose File, and then point to where your file is located on your hard drive. Click Open, and then Install Now. Very good, so it's already installed, very quick, very fast. And now click Activate, and that's it. So now it is installed, and immediately here on top we get a message that says, thanks for choosing QI theme, and install Qode Essential Addons to launch and optimize design in minutes. So basically that's what I showed you earlier on. This comes with 60 pre-made add-ons, essential add-ons that come with it. And we're going to install this now. So all you have to do is click on this blue button here, install Qode Essential Addons. Very good, so it is done already. And now, as you can see, not only is it free, you get a free theme, free add-ons, but you get to import any demo instantly in just one click. So as you can see here, we can import our demo now. How easy is that, guys? Seriously, it's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? So import demo. Very good. And now we're going to select the demo that we wanted. So we're going to type in portfolio again here, and we're going to select the very first one. This is the one we agreed we would install. Okay, and for this, all we have to do is click on the import button here. And we have a few plugins that need to be installed. So we need Elementor, QI add-ons for Elementor, and WooCommerce. So let's click on these first. So click on that one, Elementor, and then install. There you go. And now we need to activate it. Very good, so this one is done, and do the same with the other three. So that's it, guys, all done for those three elements. And now you need to select the type of import. So click on this. So do you want to import all, just the content, just the widgets, or just the options? So in our case, we're going to import everything. We want the whole demo, and make sure that this one is enabled as well, because we want to import the attachments. So all the pictures that come with it, we're going to import the whole shebang. Okay, so click on import now, and click OK. So now, as you can see, the process may take some time. So depending on how fast your internet connection is, it might take up to maybe a minute or so. Well, don't worry, it's doing its thing. So there you go, 100% completed. So this is imported now. So let's go back to our website. So this is what it used to look like with the default theme. So let's refresh. And there you go, guys. In just a few clicks, the whole website has been re-imported, recreated for us, and we have a solid base now to work from. So as you can see, it looks very, very, very professional, doesn't it? And then this is linked to a WooCommerce as well, so e-commerce website. So maybe you can show your illustrations, just like we have here, where you can also sell your products. So maybe you want to frame them and sell them for a certain price. So as you can see here, they're selling for $83.99. But now we're going to change this and tweak this around. I'm going to show you how to configure all this. Okay, so let's go ahead with this. So let's go back to our backend now, and let's start customizing our website to make it our own. So the first thing we need to do is to refresh our page here. So we can click on dashboard, that's all the same. And as you can see now, we have a lot more features here and tabs in our menu section. So we have the Qode portfolio. So we're going to discover this as well. You have QI add-ons for Elementor and Qode Essential add-ons. So first, let's take care of this. We're going to go into Qode Essential Add-ons and we're going to click on Options. So this is what will allow us to customize our theme very easily. So first, we have all the general options. So as you can see, our very first option here is the page background color. So our background at the moment is white. But let's say if you wanted to change this, make it dark, maybe all black all together. Yeah. So let's have a quick look now. Let's refresh this. And as you can see, we have a totally different feel now with the black background. Totally different experience, doesn't it? If we click on home page, it's the same as well, you know. But you can always change the font color as well to fit in with the black background, obviously, to have more contrast. Okay, so let's go back to maybe a brighter black background altogether. So let's save this. And then you can upload an image background as well. You can decide the size of the background. And then what do we have again? You can decide what type of layout you want. So you can have full width like we have at the moment. So whatever screen you have is going to take the full width. But you can have it boxed layout as well. So this will limit, basically you'll have some margins on the left and the right. So this is really up to you. And if it is full width, then what's the maximum width you want to display? So most devices would be between 1200 and 1400. So to play it safe, 1300 pixels is absolutely spot on. But feel free to select any of those. You know, if you want to play it safe, you might select 1200. If you want to be more adventurous, maybe 1400. But just to be on the safe side, 1300 pixel is just about perfect. And again, once you're happy enough, don't forget to save your settings. And now we're going to go into the logo section. Very good. So from here, we can upload our own logo. So as you can see at the moment, we have no logos at all. So let's go and upload our own logo. So for this, all we have to do, scroll down the page. You have the logo here, click upload. And now we're going to select our own file. So upload file, select file, and then select your logo. So I went online, I found this logo here, an art gallery, totally random, but upload your own logo. As I said, you know, click select and let's click save. So let's have a quick look. Okay, so as you can see, it is displaying properly, but it is a bit small, isn't it? You can barely see it. So thankfully enough, we have a feature for this. We can change the logo height. So at the moment we have 28 pixels. So let's try maybe a little bit bigger, maybe 75 pixels. And let's go back to our front end and refresh. And there you go. This would be just about perfect. You don't want it too big, too overwhelming. It is there. We can read what's in it. It's absolutely fine. Very good. So this is step number one. We have our logo now. Okay, and then another step obviously is to select our font. So let's click on this. So let's go back to our website. So as you can see, we have a specific set of fonts that's being used to display all these different text on our website. And we can change this to something else. So clearly the font is very important to convey a certain feeling or emotion. And whatever font you select, the feel of your website can change completely. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard here. As you can see in our sections, we have enabled Google Fonts. So this is highly recommended that you do so. And the reason is because Google will give you access to many different fonts to choose from. And they will always display properly regardless of the web browser that anyone might use. So let's go to Google themselves. If you type in Google Fonts, you will be redirected to fonts.google.com. If you click on this, you can select among all these different fonts. So again, there's loads of them. There's 1,291 different fonts you can choose from. These are free. And again, as I said, depending on the type of font that you're going to choose, you will convey a totally different message. So let's say you find a font that you like. So let's go with this one. For instance, let's say the lobster here. And you think this one would fit perfectly on your website. This is the one that you want. So what do you need to do? How can you import this on your website? Very simply, let me show you. So we go back here and where we have this Google font here, the first one, you can either add a new one and keep those ones, or you can change the existing one. It's up to you. So we're just going to add a new one just to be on the safe side. And right here, we're going to select the name. So this is lobster. There you go. And now we're going to save just like this. Okay, and now once it's saved, refresh your page. So now we can go in the next tab here. So underneath font, you have typography. So we click on this. So this one here, for instance, this is a H1 tag. Okay, so this is H1. So what we can do is just to change the H1 typography font just for the H1 value. So you can do this for all the different elements, H1, H2, H3, and so on, including the paragraph itself. So if you select each one of them, you can add a different font. So let's say for H1 alone, we're going to add Lobster. Okay. So what we do basically is scroll down the page in the font family. Now, if we scroll down, as you can see, Lobster is showing up now. It would not show up unless it was added like we just did. And now because it's added, we can use this on our website. So we save changes. And now if we go back to our home page and refresh, as you can see, we have a new font now, and you can do the same with any of the fonts on your website. So basically, if you scroll down the page and you're not too sure which H tag this is, if you right click on it and inspect, as you can see by the side, this is an H4 tag, you know, H4, there you go. So if you wanted to change the H4 tag for that font as well, what you can do is go back here, we're going to H4, and we're going to change that for Lobster again, save. Now we go back to our home page, and normally if we refresh, all these titles here should show up with the new font as well. There you go. So now we have a totally different feel again, like I mentioned, you know, it's a totally different website now just because we changed the font. So feel free to play around. As we said, again, let me go back up here. There's 1,291 different font families to choose from. So wide variety of choice indeed. Okay, very good. So next we have our header. So basically here you can select the type of header layout that you want to display. So at the moment we have a custom one. So we have the logo here, the menu, and then the page at the underneath. But we can change this. For instance, you could have it by the side. So let me save this and let's refresh. So there you go. Now again, this is not bad at all, is it? Now your page is scrolling up and down. You can scroll up and down the page, and you have your menu by the side. So this is lovely as well. You know, again, it's a matter of choice and preferences. You can select any of them. So by default, we're just going to keep it as it was. It's just to show you that it is available. Okay, so these are the essential settings we need to take care of in order to set up the layout of our website. As you can see by the side here, there's a few more options, but these are pretty self-explanatory. You can play around with them. If you have WooCommerce, for instance, if you insert a blog on your website or mobile headers and so on. But again, if you click on them, it's pretty self-explanatory, as I said, you know. Now, as mentioned earlier, this theme comes with 60 different add-ons that you can use in Elementor. So if you click on this here, QI add-ons, hover on top, you can see we have all the different widgets. And this is where you're going to find them all. So they are all displayed here. So it's very, very well done, you know, because if you ever wonder what is a button, you know, you just click on the demo link here. And if you scroll down, you can see this is basically what you can achieve with this add-on. You can create buttons like these. So very nice. Now, if you ever wonder what's an info button, same thing, you click on the demo. And you scroll down, you can see this is an info button. So basically it's a button with some added information underneath. And look at this. This looks fantastic, isn't it? Very, very nice. So all of these, you can build them yourself using this theme. And again, it's 100% free. So this is totally unreal when you see all the value you're getting here, you know. So all of these by default are activated. So it's really up to you if you want to activate them all, or you can just enable the ones that you're going to use most frequently. Really, that's all up to you, okay? Very good. And now as part of our portfolio templates, so we found 7 different portfolio templates. If you import any of them, you will have by the side the Qode portfolio here. So this is an added element, a feature that comes with this portfolio theme. So this is absolutely fantastic because as I'm going to show you with this, you can manage all your different images and everything that you want to show, the different categories, tags, etc., which is going to make it very easy for you to handle and customize your website. Okay, so let's click on this. We're going to click on Qode Portfolio. Okay, so from here we can see this is the list of all the different elements and illustrations that we have on our website. So we have Catch the Wind, Think Fast, and Dream Big. So let's go back to our website, and I think they're here at the bottom. There you go. So we have Catch the Wind, Think Fast, and Dream Big. So these are all our different illustrations. So as you can see, we have the title, the author. So this should be normally the admin of the website. And we have different categories and tags as well. Okay, so by the side here, as you can see, we have our portfolio. So this is the whole list of what's on our website. We can add a new one or use this button here. But then we have categories and tags. So let's take care of the categories. So as you can see at the moment, we only have one, but maybe you want to add a new one. So maybe water painting. Okay, then add new. Now we have a new section and maybe all painting. Okay. And this way now we have 3 different sections. And then we can do the same with our tags, portfolio tags. So what's the difference between a category and a tag? Well, basically a category is like, let's say if you walk into a museum, you could have a room. So one category is one room, and in that room is everything is related to all paintings. All paintings are in the same room. So this is a category. And then the tags could be, for instance, modern art, abstract, or something like this, okay? Or maybe landscapes or sceneries or portrait, okay? And a tag basically could apply to several categories as well. So if someone wants to look for something using a tag, then they could have maybe some oil painting, maybe some watercolor painting, and maybe some illustration as well related to modern art, okay? So let's say if we were to put here modern, abstract, and then we could have landscape as well, maybe landscapes. There you go, maybe something like that, okay? So this way you can break things down into different tags. Okay, now that we have our categories and tags taken care of, let's go back to our portfolio. Okay, so from here you can add a new one, create a new one, or either here, but let's edit one first just to show you how it works. It's probably easier. So let's go with Catch the Wind, the very first one here. There you go. So from here, everything is taken care of for you. So again, this is part of the portfolio settings. So all the options that you'll ever need for your portfolio are readily available from here on the one page. Okay, so let me remove myself so you can see everything here by the side as well. So the first thing obviously is the title. So if you just wanted to change anything, just click on it. And it's just like a text editor. You can change anything immediately from there. And it's the same with the description underneath. So this is just like a text editor. Now, if you scroll down the page, we have all the portfolio settings. We have these different tabs here. So we have the general settings, list settings, page settings, and so on. And all of these will help us to customize our portfolio and its content. So we have the layout here. As you can see at the moment, it's image big. So let me just open this post at the moment. So this is the one, Catch the Wind. So as you can see, we have a big image here, straight up in front of us, underneath the title, and then the description and the additional information. So we can change this around if you wanted to. So we go back here. Instead of image big, you could have image small. So let's update. And let me show you what this looks like. So if we go back here and refresh, as you can see now our image is much smaller. And by the side, we have the information. So again, it's a matter of taste and preferences. Maybe you prefer to have it this way. And again, here, if we go back, we can change the order as well. As you can see at the moment, we have the image, then the content. Maybe you'd prefer to have the content first, and then we're going to change that to the big image again. And let's go back here, let's refresh. And as you can see, we have our content and then our illustration after. Okay, so let's go back to our settings here. If we scroll down a little bit, we have our media settings. So this is all related to the images that you want to display. So at the moment, you can select different type of media items. So it could be gallery, could be image, could be video, could be audio. So even video and audio you can upload, which is great, especially if you have, for instance, a video gallery or maybe a sound production company or something like this, and you want to have a portfolio for those type of media, you can do that as well. So let's keep gallery for now, and you can add more pictures, obviously, you know. So at the moment you can upload, select any other picture, select item. So this is to replace the one item only, and then you can add more. Now to add more items to your gallery, you click on upload again, and then you're going to multi-select the items that you want to display. So basically you're going to hover on top of the item that you want to add and hold the Control key at the same time, or the command key on Mac. So click on this, click on that, and we're going to add another one, maybe this one. So now we have 4 different pictures. As you can see, we can multi-select them and then select images. And there you go. Now we have 4 different pictures for our gallery. So let's click update. Okay, let's have a quick look at what it looks like. So if we refresh. Okay, now if we scroll down the page, you're going to see we have 4 different pictures, just like that. Okay, so maybe you want to have a different layout, show them differently. So let's go back here. We have different options as well. If we scroll down the page, now we can select the gallery layout as well. So from here, basically, we can select maybe how many columns we want. So maybe we go with 2 columns for now, and we can add a little bit of spacing in between. So you have a gigantic one, huge, large, and medium. So let's go maybe with a medium size space in between them. Now, if you've configured those settings here for gallery layout, we're using different columns, we have to go back up and select a different set of images here. As you can see at the moment, it's image big. So we'll have to change this to either gallery big or gallery small. So let's use gallery small for now, and let's click update. Now let's go back to our page and let's refresh. Now, as you can see, our 4 different pictures are displayed in 2 different columns with a bit of spacing in between. Okay, so let me show you the difference with gallery big. So if you go gallery big, select update, and let's refresh. As you can see, our text is at the front and we have 4 big images at the bottom. Very good. So now by the side here, we can see we have the client name, the category, the tag, and the date. So how can you change this and customize this? Again, back to our backend here. If we scroll on this page, you can see we have the info settings. So where do you want to position this? You can select by default, below, or adjacent. So this is adjacent. It could be below as well. So this is really up to you. Please feel free to play around with those settings. And then we have the info items. So there you go. So it says client, Qode Interactive, the website, and you can open this in a new window. So this is basically what we have here. Okay, so it's the client, Qode Interactive. If I click on this, it will open up the website in a separate window, just like this. All right. So this is where this information is. So you have client, the name, and the link. So this is just the top section here, this one. All right. So then we have the category, tags, and date. So these are basically here by the side. So we have all the portfolio different items here. So as you can see, this is the published date. And if you scroll down, we have the slug. So basically the slug is the end of your URL here, this section here. Okay. And then if we scroll down, we have our portfolio category, portfolio tag, with featured image, excerpt, discussion, and post attributes. So from here, we can select our category. So at the moment it is in illustration, but you could change this as well. You can add an additional one, and you can add even different tags. So maybe it is design and modern, and it is an old painting in the illustration section as well. Why not? So let's click update. And now let's go and refresh, and this should update normally. There you go. Now, as you can see, our categories are illustration and oil painting, and we have our tags as well, design and modern. Okay, very good. So let's go back to our settings. And as you can see, you can tick and untick any of those boxes. Now, what if you wanted to add a new one? Instead of going back to the settings and do it manually, you can do it immediately from here. So this works for both the tags and the category. So let's say this illustration would be related to, let's say, adventure. Okay, so you can create a new tag immediately from here. So add new, add the name here, and then all you have to do is click add new tag, just like this. And as you can see, it's adventure. So if we update and go and have a quick look now, as you can see, our new tag has been added as well. So that's all for the side here. So let's go back to our menu section here on top. So we have the list settings as well. So if you decided to go for a masonry type of portfolio, you can set up your different type of pictures here. If you want them to display a square, landscape, portrait, or huge square. And then we have the page settings. So basically this is the page background, the color of the background. So let's go back here. So as you can see, our background is white at the moment, but you might want to change the color. So let's say if we were to go for something maybe a light brown or maybe light yellow, like this beige color. Let's click update and let's refresh. So there you go, we have a totally different feel now for this page, and you can do this with all your pages. All your pages, based on the illustration that you're going to display, you can use a different color background. So you might, this is very helpful if you wanted to add more contrast. You see, for at the moment we have a pink, so maybe you want to have an opposite color so it stands out even more. So this is a very nice added feature as well. And again, this will apply for each page that you create, each portfolio page that you create. And then the rest of the settings are pretty self-explanatory. You can even add a background image. If you saw, you can repeat the picture, you can change the size, and so on and so on. So we've covered that already earlier on. So back to the menu section, we have the header settings now. So what is this about? Well, very simply, if you click on this, you can decide where you want to display your header. Is it centered, minimal, standard, or vertical? So let's select vertical just for now. Let's click update. Let's go back here. Let's refresh. And as you can see, you can have different types of menu for different pages on your portfolio as well. So catch the wind, you could have the menu by the side, and maybe another illustration could have the menu on top, and so on and so on. So you can customize each and every page on your portfolio. So this is amazing when you think of it, isn't it? Let me show you another option as well. We have minimal here. So let's select this one, let's update, and let's have a quick refresh. So this one is very modern looking. So as you can see, it's the sandwich type of menu. And if you click on it, you have a full page menu as well. So this is also a very appealing feature. So now back here. So depending on the type of layout that you'll be selecting here, for us it was minimal. So clearly if you scroll down the page, you'll have a few additional options as well. So as you can see here under the minimal header, you have a few different options that you can use to tweak things around. So for instance, you can change the background color of your header. So at the moment it is white, but if you wanted to add a color, you can do this from here. You can change the height as well. So at the moment, I believe it's maybe 200 pixels, so maybe 175. You can increase or reduce that, and you can add a border color, etc, etc. So yeah, again, you have a few more options. So it's very, very highly customizable, again, as you can see. And then we have the scroll appearance section. So what you want your menu to do when you scroll down the page. So at the moment, if we scroll down our page, it is simply disappearing. But maybe you want it to be sticky. So if we select sticky, now we can change a few different customization options as well. So here, as you can see, we can even change the background color if we wanted to when it goes sticky. So let's say when it is sticky, let's try maybe a yellow color. It's not the cutest of all, but it's just to show you what it does. So if we click on update now, we go back here and refresh. So as you can see, white background, and you can see it if we scroll down the page. There you go. It will go sticky, as you can see. And now we have a yellow background. So if we click on this, we will access our menu. Okay. And now we can customize it as well. So we have here the scroll amount. So you can define from which point while you scroll down the page, it will trigger the stickiness of the menu. You can change as well the height of your menu. You can change the borders. You can add borders and border shadow as well. So all these options are customizable. So feel free to play around with all these different options. I'm just going to leave it by default for now. So that's basically it for the portfolio part of our website. So now we can update, and now we can leave and go back to the WordPress dashboard. So now let me show you how you can customize your pages. So if we go back here, we only have 2 pages on our website. We have our home page. If we click on this again, so this is our home page, and then we have the info page. So there you go. So I'm going to show you how you can change the content of those 2 pages now. So back to our WordPress dashboard, we go into pages, and then these are all our pages. So this is the home page right here, as you can see, and then we have the info one just underneath it. So if you hover on top, you can see we have the few different options. We have edit, quick edit, trash, view, and edit with Elementor. And now let's click on edit with Elementor, because this is an Elementor page. So Elementor is a drag and drop page builder, and there it is. So on the left hand side, we have all the different elements. As you can see, you have intersection, heading, images, text editor, video, button, divider, spacers, and so on. And as you can see, there's a big list of different items that you can use on your website, on your web pages. And then we have a specific section here for the QI add-on. So remember, it comes with 60 different add-ons, and they're all listed here basically. So we have the accordions and toggles, we have banners, what do we have? We have quotes, carousel, buttons, and so on and so on. So feel free to use any of these on your page as well. So you have a countdown, a counter, etc. So you might insert one or two here just to show you the different features. So how does it work? Very simply, on the right hand side here in the middle, we have our different sections. So as you can see, if I hover on top of this or this one, you see there's a blue border all around it. And on top we have a plus, an X and 6 dots. So this is a section. So if I click on those 6 dots, you will see here on the left hand side it says edit section. So this is a section. If I go the next one here, click on the 6 dot, edit section, I'm editing the next section. So every section is made out of columns. So as you can see, if we click on this gray icon, this is a column. And then each column has different elements. So this is how it's broken down, okay? So we have sections made out of columns made out of elements, okay? And to edit the elements, simply click on the pencil here, and you'll have all the tools and customization tools right here on the left hand side. So usually we have the content, and as you can see we have different options for the content alone, and then we can stylize all the content here, and then we have all the advanced settings. This is to add maybe some spacing and margins, etc. on top and all around the edges. So back to our content here. So if you wanted to change the text here, so basically, like I said, you click on this blue pencil, and here are all our different options. So this is a title, you see, section title, and this is the text right here. So if you wanted to change this for something else, all you have to do, just like a text editor, you're going to change the text right here and type your own. Now, there are a few features that are not being used. For instance, the subtitle. If you wanted to add a subtitle, you can do so as well. So just type a bit of text here. So for instance, another great tutorial with Mr. Web Reviews. And then you can change the position as well. So you can have it above the title, which is our case here, or you can display it below. So nice displaying here underneath it, okay? Or you can just not have any subtitle altogether. So right underneath it, you can see this is our text, and this is to link to our social media platforms and different icons. So we have Dribbble, Twitter, Facebook, and Behance, which would be the usual ones for any designer. This is very common practice. So how can you change these? As you can see, if you hover on top, these are links, hyperlinks. So if you click on the text section here, click on text. So let me scroll up a little bit. As you can see, we have all the titles here. So follow me on. So this is our text. And then we have an ahref. So basically ahref is the HTML equivalent of a hyperlink, so a clickable link. And as you can see, this is where our URL is. So if you wanted to add your Dribbble account, simply replace this one with your Dribbble landing page. And you do the same for Twitter. Right here, you can change this with your Twitter account, Facebook, and Behance. Now, if you wanted to delete one of them, simply locate where it is in between the comma, just like this. And we could delete this one. If you're not using Twitter, for instance, you could just simply delete it, just like that. And now, as you can see, we have Dribbble, Facebook, and Behance, just like this. So feel free to play around again with this. It's pretty straightforward up until now, isn't it? Now, because this is the very first thing that your visitors will see on your website, this is your main message. So this is your hook. This is how you get them in. So you have to be very cautious and take very good care of this message here and make sure that it stands out. So let me show you a few different options. So if we go into style now, we can stylize this section all together. And from here, you can tweak literally every aspect of your heading. So as you can see, the first option is the alignment. So maybe you want it aligned to the left, maybe aligned to the right, or maybe simply centered. So that's really up to you again. You can change the font color right here. And then if you go into title style, we can go and change the tag style as well. So maybe you want it to be H2, maybe H3, maybe H4. So you can select different sizes again. You can change the font color as well. So at the moment you can see it's a prune, like a violet, maybe purplish color. You can do this simply by using the color picker. So you can go through all the different colors and select the one that you like. And then we can change the typography. So typography is another word for font, basically. So if you want to change that font and apply it solely to this section here, you can click on the small pencil here. And then we can select another font. So let's go maybe with Poppins. Let's select Poppins. And as you can see, we're totally different feel again, you know. And we can change the font size right here. So let me scroll a little bit. So we can change the line height. As you can see, there's too much spacing in between them. So we can change this as well, increase it. So maybe just about like this would be perfect. And then you can change the font weight as well. So maybe you want it thinner or maybe thicker, just like this. So again, feel free to play around with this. And then let's select maybe something more neutral, maybe 400. There you go. And then you can transform the text as well. You can have it all in upper cases, all in lower cases, or maybe capitalized. So the first letter of each word will be capitalized, or keep it as by default. And then you can stylize as well, maybe italic. And then you can add some decorations. So this is basically underline, overline, line through, or nothing. So let's keep it by default, it's probably easier. And then you can change the letter spacing as well. So this one here you can increase a little bit, or maybe squeeze it in a little bit more further like this. Okay, more condensed. So you can keep it by default, maybe 0 for now. That would be just about perfect. And then you can do just about the same with the subtitle. So we don't have any subtitle at the moment, but if you had one, you could change the font as well and everything using the exact same features here. And now if we go into the advanced section, we can add some padding all around it. So as you can see at the moment, this is close to the top edge and the same at the bottom here. So maybe you want to add a bit of breathing space all around it. So if we add 50 pixels, as you can see now with all that space all around it that's been added. And then you can add a background color as well maybe. So if we go into background, select the type of background. So you can select among two different options. You have plain solid color, just the one color, or gradient. So let's keep it simple for now. Let's go with just the classic one, the one color. And let's add maybe, let's say, a light gray like this. Okay, so as you can see now we have all this background color and all that spacing all around it. And then we can change the background color in normal mode and hover mode. So if you wanted to change the color when someone hovers on top, you can do that as well. So let's go and change the color in hover, and let's go for a gradient this time. Okay, so we're going to select two different colors. So let's go with maybe a dark gray, and then here a lighter gray, just like this. Okay, so now what will happen if I hover on top? There you go. As you can see, it will change color altogether. So this is another option that you can use. So let's just disable this for now. Let's go back in normal mode. And then we can add a border all around it as well. So let's go to the border here. And again, what type of border do you want? Let's go with the solid one, but you can select solid, double, dotted, dashed, or even groove. So let's go with the classic solid one. And let's make it maybe 1 pixel in thickness. As you can see now we have all that border all around it. So let's select a more neutral color, because black is maybe too dark, so maybe a dark shade of gray, just like this. And then you can also round these corners. You can have rounded corners. So if you increase the border radius here, so let's make it 25. As you can see, we don't have straight edges anymore. All the corners are rounded. So I'm going to show you a very nice trick as well. So maybe we could have those one as straight edges and those ones rounded. So how do you do this? So basically we can unlink the values here, and then the top corner we're going to put 0. As you can see now it's a squarish corner, and we do the same with the bottom right hand side as well. So this would be bottom here. So this is the one, so 0 as well. Very good. So now let's save this and let's have a quick look, shall we? Okay, so let's go back here, let's refresh. And as you can see, we have a totally different feel, don't we? So as you can see, now we have a background color and different type of corners. We have those are rounded and those ones are square corners. So very good, very lovely. What do you think? It's not bad, is it? Okay, so now let's take care of the rest of the page. So if we scroll down and click on this section here, we can edit this section as well. And as you can see, part of it, we have this element. So let's click on this. So this one is called Portfolio List Essential. So how does this work? As you can see, you have all the general options right here. So you can select the list appearance. So let me scroll back up a little bit. There you go. So as you can see, this is at the moment a gallery. So we have 3 across and 3 rows all together. So 9 pictures. And these are the options here. As you can see, number of columns, we have 3. There you go. And you can change this if you wanted to. So let's make it maybe 4. There you go. So now as you can see, we have smaller images and 4 columns all together. So let's go back to 3 because this was absolutely fine. And then there are a few different options here. So you can select the list appearance. So you have gallery and then masonry. So if you select gallery, all the pictures will be evenly distributed like this. And even if the picture is longer than the frame that's surrounding it, as you can see, they're all the same size. Then if you select masonry, if the picture is longer, it will display the full height. So unfortunately, all the pictures here are the same size, so I can't demonstrate this, but I suppose you get the gist. Now, after this, we can select also the image proportion. So at the moment, it is original. So this is why all the pictures are showing the same size, but you can change this as well. So they could all be square. So let me show you. So now the height and the width will be the same for all of them. As you can see, we have a different feel. It looks slightly different now. Okay. And then we have the space in between the items. So at the moment it is small, but you can make it bigger. As you can see, we have bigger space in between. And maybe we could select maybe medium just for now. Okay, so this is really up to you. Feel free to play around with those settings again. And then we have the query section here. So this will define how your pictures will display and how many of them. So at the moment we define 9. So whatever number you're going to put here, so if you put 9 and you have 3 columns, it will display in 3 rows. So maybe if you have 4 columns, maybe you might put the number 12 here because this is divided, you can divide 12 by 4, obviously, you know. So you won't have empty spaces at the bottom, okay? And then you can decide how you want to display them, which order. So by default, this is what we have at the moment, but maybe you want to select random. So every time you're going to load this page, it's going to show this randomly. So for instance, at the moment, we have dream big, self-destruction, follow your heart. So if we go back to default, this is the first one. The choice is yours, and summer chill, self-destruction. So let's do this again, random. And as you can see, now we have different sets of pictures displaying again. So every time someone's going to land on your page, they'll have a different set of pictures. So this might be an option that you might want to consider. Now, if you wanted to display them by date, for instance, you can select ascending or descending. So basically from the latest to the oldest, or maybe from the oldest to the newest. So that's really up to you again. And then we have the layout option here. So if you click on this, you can see at the moment we have our picture, and underneath we have all the information. So do you want the info to be below, or maybe info follow? So if you hover on top, as you can see, it will show the content. So this is very nice as well. You can have info on hover box. So if you hover on it, it will reveal this section, and then info on hover. And again, this is it's an overlay basically with all the information related to that post. So again, feel free to choose any option you prefer. Now, as you can see underneath, we have illustration. So this is our category. So do you want to display the category or no? So as you can see, show category by default. This is our global settings. By default, it is yes, but maybe you don't want to display it. So you can disable this, or maybe you want to display it. And if you want to display it, how do you want to display it? Do you want to display the category first or the title first? So as you can see, if we select title first, it will be the other way around. So personally, I think this is better like this, but maybe you prefer the other way around. Again, feel free to change these settings to fit your own personal requirements. And then obviously you can change the color. So by default, it will be that prunish color of purple, but you can change the title color. If you select this, basically you can change it as well. So let's keep it by default. You can change the category color. So those two elements could be our different colors as well. And then we can do the same with the background color as well. So if you click on this, now we can select a different color. There you go. Very nice, isn't it? So as you can see, now we have a different feel again all together. So this is why you can change the font colors, because depending on the background color you're going to select here, you might want to add more contrast, in which cases you can actually change the title color as well. Now, if you add a background color, as you can see, this text, the title and the category are very close to the left-hand side edge. So that's not very nice. So maybe you want to add a little bit of spacing. Thankfully enough, they thought of everything. And as you can see here with the layout spacing, so if you click on this, as you can see, we have 4 different values here. So we have a little reminder here underneath what they are. So basically the first one is top, second one is the right, bottom and left. So we need to add something to the left. As you can see, we have 0 pixels at the moment. So you might want to increase this maybe to 20 pixels. There you go. And this is a lot better now. So what we can do now is just save. Let's have a quick look at our homepage and let's refresh. And if you scroll down, as you can see, we have our new set of colors and it's been customized to our own personal requirements. So again, feel free to play around with all this and design that the way you want it. Now let's go back up here in our menu section. We have the info page. So let me show you how you can customize this page now. So very simply, go back to our WordPress dashboard, all pages, and then locate the info page, which is right here. And again, if you hover on top, we're going to click on edit with Elementor. And again, it's pretty straightforward. It's basically what we've gone through already. If you hover on top, we have our section here. As you can see, our section is made out of 2 different columns. We have column 1 and column 2. And if you click on each and every element, you can customize them. Now, if you wanted to change your picture here, so we've done text already. I've showed you how to change the text. All you have to do for the text basically is click on top and then change this right here. So this is just like a text editor. What if you wanted to change your picture? So let's click on this. As you can see, our image is showing up here on the side. So if you click on this, now we can select another picture altogether. So let's go ahead and select one. So randomly, I'm just going to pick this one here, okay? And then insert. There you go. So now this is basically how you can change the picture, very simply indeed. And now let me show you how you can change the main contact details. So basically you have all your contact details here at the bottom. So this is very important. Obviously you want someone to be able to contact you. So for this, and then you have the social as well. So social media icons, again, if you click on any of them, if you hover on top, as you can see, it will reveal the item itself. If you click on it, this is a text editor. Now, clearly here, you can see if I hover on top, this is a link again. And to change the link itself, the URL, you go into text. And again, it will reveal this URL here. So this is basically where you're going to paste your URL for Dribbble, Twitter, Facebook, and Behance. Now, let's say if it's not Dribbble that you're using, maybe you're using another platform, you could put the name here, okay? So add any other name right there, okay? And then you can change the URL right there. So just paste in any URL you want to link to these social media icons. Okay, so let's put it back the way it was. So this is how you can do this. And now for your contact details is the same principle. Basically just click on it and then you can change your email address here. So as you can see again, this is a link. So if we go into text, so this one here is basically your email address. So I'm just going to put hello@mrwebreviews.com. And then as you can see here, we have a mail to and then the email address where you want to mail it to. So do you want to change this one as well and copy this again? So if someone was to click on this link, and let's say they're using Chrome as their browser and they're using Gmail obviously attached to it, it will go straight to their Gmail account and open a new email for them. So this is a very nice way of saving time. And then you can do the same with any of the other items. So let's say if I was to click on the phone number here, as you can see, you can change the phone number. Again, this is a link as well. So if you go into text, you might want to change the number here. So this is your number. So let's say 01234567 okay? And then you take your number and you type it here as well, including the country code, okay? So let's say 01 if you're based in the United States, followed by your number, okay? And basically, if someone opens the website, your website, this page using their phones, if they click on this item, it will contact you. It will use the phone app immediately, okay? And it's the same principle for the other apps as well. And then we can do the same with the address. So if you click on this, as you can see, we'll reveal a Google Maps link. So again, this is where you can put your Google Maps address right there. So replace this with the actual coordinate of your address. And you type your address here. So this is our address goes here, okay? And then let me show you how you can fetch this address on Google Maps now. So basically open a new tab with Google Maps. And then once you have your location where you're based, select your location on the map. So if you, let's drop it here maybe, okay, just like this. As you can see now we have this showing up, and right on top, all this address, this is what you want to copy. So if you copy this, and then you can paste it instead of this one here now, okay? So just Control V, and there you go. Now you have your new location. And as always, when you're done, don't forget to click Update. Now let's have a quick look in the front end. So let's refresh our page, just like this. We can close this one as well. So there you go. And now if you scroll down the page, as you can see, we have our social icons and the address as well. So if I click on the address here, as you can see, it will bring us immediately to our location. There you go. Very good. So there you go, guys. As mentioned at the outset of this video, this theme is free, and as I've shown and demonstrated, now you can see it's absolutely fantastic, and I hope you use it for your next project. I think myself, I will use it in all of my videos now. I'm absolutely sold and blown away. Again, this is free, guys, so take full advantage of this. As you can see, free theme and free add-ons as well. So that's it for now. Just don't forget, please, don't forget to hit the like button. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Okay, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.